A very important update has come out from Madrid and I want to run it by you. I'm going to read the entire article to you. It is from Marca and it's also from Jose Felix Diaz, who I believe to be the best journalist, the closest journalist concerning Real Madrid matters. Think Paul Joyce at the Times, or maybe even David Ornstein at The Athletic. Or I think Ornstein's more FSG myself. And Joyce is more the people that run Liverpool Football Club on a day-to-day basis, and that's the level where Jose Felix Diaz is. I communicated with him during the Trent Alexander-Arnold situation. I know that he knows a lot more than is what is published in his articles. It's the same with, journalists in England. I tell you this sometimes, the fans often think that journalists just shit stir and whatever. I suppose it depends who it is. But there are many times when journalists can't publish what they know because of, risking friendships and things like that. So, when Paul Joyce runs something in the Times, you can be assured that he's doing that with the blessings of Liverpool Football Club. It doesn't mean that he runs everything by them, but you know what you can and can't say, right? So this is the same sort of thing with Jose Felix Diaz. And in fact, I was just thinking back many years ago, a journalist that focuses only on, well, I don't know if they do a bit of Everton, but they were primarily Liverpool Football Club, writing for one of the big English newspapers, a journalist that you will all know if you follow Liverpool stuff closely. Explained all this to me many years ago, when I was a young lad. And he said to me, there's many things I can't publish that I know about, but we could funnel it through you. We could go through you and you could get these things out there, So that's how I learned about how journalists don't publish everything. Maybe that's, I don't know, like now that's just common sense to me. But when I was a young lad, like in my 20s or whatever, doing Cop Talk, I didn't realise. I just thought journalists got something and went and published everything, So anyway, Diaz does know a lot more than what he says. I've seen some of his comments circulating on social media this afternoon, and obviously in the comment section there's people saying it's a Marca journalist, you can't trust him. It's just ignorance, because at the end of the day, Jose Felix Diaz has been absolutely spot on with everything that has been published regarding Trent Alexander-Arnold and not published, right? So why is this update important? This is about Konate. Now, he mentioned Konate. I think I did discuss it on here. I have made videos about it last week or within the last 10 days, maybe, twice in two consecutive editions. And his if I remember rightly, you guys will remember, my memory's like, I can remember stuff years ago, but not fucking few days ago. And I think what he said in one of those updates was that, could Konate be next for Real Madrid as a free transfer, right? Real Madrid looking for a centre-back for 2026. Now they're looking at, bringing Dean Huijsen in now, so that's a little bit earlier than expected, but they couldn't pass on that opportunity. I'm not sure where that leaves Konate in terms of 2026, or a centre-back, I should say, another centre-back. But again, even if they were looking for a centre-back in 2026, if they can get Konate on a free, I think the fuckers would do it, right? Now, when Diaz mentioned Konate in those two editions, I remember saying to you guys, hang on, whoa, right? He's asking what appears to be an innocent question. Could Real Madrid, turn to Konate next? Mark my fucking words, right? They're sniffing around Konate. They are sniffing around Konate, and he's followed up again today. And it's really, really important, I think. And we're going to go through this article together. And obviously you form your own opinions about everything. You don't just take what I say as gospel, but when Jose Felix Diaz mentions Liverpool players, you should listen, okay? And that's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. So the headline today, okay, this is on the Marca website right now if you want to go and see it for yourself. It wasn't in the print edition today, which I reviewed. Is Liverpool's anger over Konate could cost Alexander-Arnold and Real Madrid. So for him, Alexander-Arnold, Trent, to play in the Club World Cup with the Spanish club, the transfer needs to go through, and that depends on the English side. The numbers, at least the ones in the press, because no one at Real Madrid has officially confirmed anything, but they will have unofficially confirmed things to him, suggests that Alexander-Arnold was expected to be part of the Club World Cup wearing the white shirt. But for that to happen, permission is needed from his current club. The transfer window opens on June 1st and closes on the 10th. But without the transfer certificate, there's nothing that can be done. And that's in Liverpool's hands. We know all this, right? What's clear is that Liverpool's top brass are irritated. And I'm delighted to hear that. I am delighted to hear that, and I believe that. And I might know a little bit more than this that's in this article, so just watch what I come up with over the next few days if I allude to anything. And not just about what's happened with the right back. Real Madrid gave the English club a heads up, and the player made the decision not to renew his contract and instead sign for Madrid. But the doubt creeps in over what could happen next. At Anfield, there's a strange sense of deja vu, with the Frenchman Konate also refusing to extend his contract. The club are starting to see the same warning signs they did a year ago when Alexander-Arnold began to turn his back on proposals to renew his deal. Similar behaviour is the sub-tagline, if you like, sub-headline. Konate's contract with the Premier League champions runs until the 30th of June 2026, and Liverpool are well aware that the defender is an attractive option for many top clubs, not just Real Madrid. They already know how Los Blancos operate, and they suspect history could repeat itself, seeing one of their top players walk away for nothing. There have been several attempts to extend a contract that expires in just over a year, and that's made Liverpool wary, especially with the siren calls coming from the Bernabeu. They're trying to negotiate a deal that would release Trent Alexander-Arnold in time for the Club World Cup. But it's not about the money, it's about pride. And then the next subheadline, his presence up in the air. At Valdebebas, that's Real Madrid HQ, they're crunching the numbers and hoping to see the right back lining up under Xabi Alonso at the tournament in North America. But there's no guarantee. This is the FIFA Club World Cup. Real Madrid desperate to win that competition, guys. I read about it almost every day here, right? Real Madrid want to win it. Silverware, no. Wonga, 100 million to be precise. I think it's just short, I think, of £100 million in euros more. When you do the conversion, sounds more. It's the same value, but it doesn't matter, right? And it's more money than winning the Champions League, right? But for less games. So I think to win the Champions League, you have to win 13 to 15 games. Winning this tournament, 700 million sterling approximately. Perez wants that fucking money, right? So from a Liverpool's fan point of view, you're like, don't let that fucker go there. Do you know what I mean? Are you not thinking that? You're like, nah, fuck them. Right? But Liverpool, like, well, we can get $1 million for him and save on wages, stuff like that. Business, you understand. But there's part of me that's like, no, fuck them. You imagine if they go and win 100 million, they're going to spend it. Anyway, right? His presence is up in the air. At Valdebebas, they're crunching. Oh, we've gone through all that. Real Madrid don't want to fall out with Liverpool. I believe that statement. Despite the arrogance and what you may feel about Real Madrid, right? Real Madrid actually have a very good relationship with Liverpool. They do. And that relationship didn't turn sour at the last time the clubs met, the pre-match dinner, for all the dignity, all the big cheese and all that. It was fine. So it's interesting he says that. Real Madrid don't want to fall out with Liverpool, but every club looks after its own interests. And right now, it's far from certain that the situation will be resolved. So it sounds like Liverpool are fucking digging in over the Trent. No, you're not just fucking giving us $500,000 and telling us to go fucking whistle. Fuck right off. And fucking rightly so. That's me getting my YouTube video that's me getting my YouTube video restricted. Oh my God, there's too many. Right. Fully grown man, 50 years of age, and I can't swear. Could you imagine if they were on here, what was it like on here, guys, years ago with Tripod, eh? Tripod rants, eh? They were great, weren't they? I need to do that, don't I? Great like that. Fully grown man can't swear. Not doing it to be big or clever. It's emotion and passion. Some of these idiots at YouTube ain't got. One thing that is clear, here it comes. This is it. This is it. He's gone from asking a question, right? He's gone from asking a question publicly, right? As to could Konate be next? To Konate is firmly on Real Madrid's radar. There you go, I knew it. He fits the current trend of free transfers, a growing tactic among big clubs to wait until players run down their contracts, meaning no money changes hands between clubs. Instead, the bulk of the deal goes straight to the players and their agents. What's this? Oh, right. So there you have it, I think. Now, what was I going to say? Yeah. So that's it. My point here, right, is there's good and bad journalists. We know there's propaganda from Marca and Air. All of them. Of course there is, right? Of course there is. We got this from ourselves. I personally feel there's propaganda coming out through Ornstein and Joyce at the moment, right? There's always a little bit. Yeah, I say to you, they're the only two journalists I listen to, but also propaganda. And that doesn't mean that the journalists are deliberately misleading you. It's just that whoever's feeding them, say Joyce, Michael Edwards, allegedly, right? Then it just means every now and then Michael might just throw something like in, like, oh yeah, well, you know, we're definitely going for words. Very serious about that. Are you really? Oh yeah. Can I say out? Yeah, of course you can. Don't matter. Yeah. You know what I mean? So there's always going to be propaganda. There's going to be propaganda from Diaz here as well. But I told you, what did I tell you? All right? When he started saying, well, maybe Konate could be next. Now, he's gone from a question mark to a fucking exclamation mark. One thing that is clear. Konate is firmly on Real Madrid's radar. And the little shit better sign his deal with Liverpool, right? Whether this video gets restricted or not. I am not going through another season of will they sign, not sign. I can't be doing with it, right? And then Spanish friends of ours, right? If they want him, they could pay for him. They would never have paid for Trent, you know that, don't you? They might have given us a few quid in fucking January or something like that, but they would never have paid 60, 70, 80 million, right? I'm not having it, right? Konate might be a nice guy. Well, no more Mr. fucking nice guy concerning Liverpool Football Club. Sign the deal off, simple as that. Same with that Diaz. I know that Diaz is holding out for Barcelona to get their finances in order. He's another one, right? Sign or simple as that. I'm telling you guys, I ain't going through it. So I'm delighted to hear that people at Anfield are getting a bit like, hang on a minute, this is irritating us a little bit. Because you know what's irritating me as well? Right, that's it. I'll leave it with you. This is an important video, all right? If you don't want to believe him, that's up to you. But I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, and there it is, right? And Liverpool are seeing them warning signs. They're seeing it. They're going, hang on, he's taking the fucking piss here. You know what I mean? No, Konate, we're not doing it. See, originally I thought they were lowballing him. I did. I thought, nah, FSG, they're taking the, you know, proverbial here. But he'll be getting off a good Wonga. Nah. He's not hanging out. That's the terrible thing to think about. No. I was going to say something else, but you're not allowed to these days. No. No, we're not going into a new season. If you haven't said, sell him! Right, and there's people on here, right, they come in my comments, they must think I'm stupid. Do you know what I mean? They come in my comments and go, how can they force him to leave the club? Well, they can't, but it can make things very difficult for him. Do you know what I mean? That's my mate messaging me. His missus, one of my mates that goes to football with me, his missus had a stroke. So, putting things in perspective, there we go. Good lad. She's all right. That's what he's saying there. And he's just saying, thanks for the concern. The manager of the football team that we support, local team here, he's invited us down at 6 o'clock tonight. So I don't know what for. So I'm going down to see him. Yeah, all right. Right, I've got to go. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? What do you think? Or are you one of them that's like, oh no, it's the Spanish media. They just tell lies. Well, they got everything right about Trent, didn't they? Everything. Everything. And I know he knows more than he's letting on. I'm telling you, he knows what's being said from the other side as well, from the Konate side. I hope Liverpool do dig in. There's part of me that wants to go, like, with regards to Trent, just said, you know what? You can shove your €1 million up your jacksie. He ain't going nowhere to help you. But they won't do that, I don't think. Never mind him. He's history. Konate, I'm watching you. I'm watching you, sunshine. If you enjoyed this video or found it remotely interesting, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. And if you want to get me a coffee or a beer or something nice like that, there's a love out under the video. Click on that. And when you do that, I tell everyone the next day who's done that in my morning briefing. I tell everyone you're a legend. It really pisses my haters off and it really helps me. All right. This is all I do for a living, just saying. And I don't want to go to work for anyone. I don't want a real job. Right, speak to you in a bit. All right.